gun. Ramos looking like he's got one more good run. Sips a little shaky, but his heart is still true. Oh, how that dog loves hunting with me and you. Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun.
The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Soggy Acres Retrievers. Remember, everyone deserves a soggy dog. All right, here, let me get something else started. Welcome to Dog Talk Live. Hope everyone is doing great today. It is Friday, which here at the kennel we call Fun Day Friday. What I do on days like today. I took the dogs out and just had a low pressure fun day where they got to jump in the pond. It also helps get them so that their water entry is a little bit better, so that when they go home they've got that big beautiful water entry, which not all have right away because, well, they're young dogs. Some of them get it in their second season or once they've gone hunting. But took them out, let them have some fun today, and really had a great week with the dogs. We are doing wonderful as far as where they are at and as far as what my expectations are for them. So it's really fun to get them out. You can hear Scarlett squeaking a toy in the background. Dog Talk Lives are always a little more wild because the dogs are out and they're being dogs. So as you guys check in, please let us know where you are from. Let us know what questions you have. It's kind of cool. We've got our Sporting Dog Adventures podcast that we now are putting out. And that podcast, it's on a lot of different places. We use the Anchor app, and it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, about 6 other podcasts locations I don't know of or have heard of. It's on the Anchor Podcast Network. I don't know how successful it'll be, but it's fun to do. I really enjoy creating content. It's a hole that I don't have anymore that I've been able to do after we stopped doing the TV show. So it is fun to do, fun to put out. We actually are using today's Dog Talk Live on our Anchor podcast. It's going to be called our Q&A on Anchor. So we need some questions. As you guys check in, let us know where you're from. Let us know what questions you have. It'd be great to talk to everyone this morning. Derek, welcome from Racine, Wisconsin. Mark, always here from checking in from Oregon. Neat, our podcast is on, or we've got viewers or listeners, I guess it's not viewers. We've got listeners that are from the U.S., Canada, Ireland, Puerto Rico. We've got, what else did we have? We had New Zealand and Australia. So very cool that we can reach people all across the world with talk about our love of dogs. Barry's checking in from Canada. Good to see you. Again, I need some questions, so if you guys have some, please let us know what they are. Our weather here in southern Wisconsin at the location of Soggy Acres Retrievers, which is our kennel, is finally cracked a little bit. We aren't as hot, and we are looking at weather, as you can hear the dogs drinking in the background because they're just outside running around. We are looking at, I believe, 83 degrees today. The humidity has gone from like 700% down to probably 50%. So it is actually a nice day. The dogs are going to be outside for a majority of the day. Hey, stop. Stop them from drinking because I can't even hear myself think. The dogs are going to be outside for the majority of the day, just getting to enjoy it. I worked with them once where they basically just got to do some water entries. I'm also going to take them out, throw bumpers in the training area, and shoot the shotgun off to work on noise desensitization. Yeah, it's just... I love summer, but I hate 90, 95 degrees. That is just tough on me. Come here, Ace. Bring it here. Fetch up. Bring it here. So, again, let us know what questions you have. Let us know what you guys would like to talk about today, as the dogs are just trampling all about the house. I hope you guys are enjoying hearing them in the background. Let's see. Next week, we're going to finish up working with the dogs on their retrieves on control. So basically this week, what I did, we're at week 6 with our dogs. We worked on complete control with the dogs, where they leave on their name. they have to come back, bring it to hand. If they do not, we're working on land and water. If they do not do any of those with everything, what we do is we correct them with an e-collar. So it is making sure that we are putting them in a position that they're ready to succeed once we go out and work with them in the field. Next week, we're going to work in the marsh, and we're going to work on some different water, as well as work in an area that's got probably, I would say, medium cover for land retrieves. Not long land retrieves, but shorter. And then we're working toward the point where we work in heavy cover and really get them ready so they're really digging into cover and ready for hunting season. All right. Derek, question for podcast for fully trained dogs. How often do you hear stories of owners saying fireworks noises mess up their training and them needing some retraining? Derek is asking a question on, do fireworks screw up your dog's training and do they need to be retrained? Derek, I've never heard that. And we train dogs. We train hunting dogs probably about 15 a year. Never had fireworks screw up a dog for training. I've had dogs that were scared of fireworks. My dog Lucy was scared of thunderstorms. But that didn't translate to where she was working in the field. Every dog, if you aren't keeping your standards up during the season, are going to need some level of retraining. If you have a good trainer, they should definitely be working with you to show you what the standards need to be so that you do not need your dog retrained. I do have dogs brought back every year because people want them tuned up right before the season. It's not uncommon, but it is something that you want to make sure that you're talking to your trainer or yourself as a trainer. You're listening to your innermost trainer when you are working with dogs in the field, so that as a handler, you're keeping up your standards and you're not untraining the dog. I try to explain to people that if you are accepting that the dog can drop whatever they're retrieving, whether it's a bird or bumper at your feet, that is where the dog's always going to put it. So you want to make sure that they are completing the retrieves. If you accept that the dog breaks, they are going to do that as not as a rare occurrence, but as a common occurrence. So you want to make sure that you're holding those standards up. But as far as fireworks causing any training issues, I have not seen that. But thank you so much for the question. Again, please let us know what questions you have. Let us know where you're from. Dog Talk Lives are on Facebook. Sporting Dog Adventures Television is our page on Facebook. So go to the Sporting Dog Adventures page on Facebook. We always do them a couple of times a week, and we try to answer questions. We go over a few topics and just hit on whatever the news of the day is. We've got a special for you today. Go to the Conquest Sense page, conquestsense.com. Their bird dog or their bird down training sense. You can get 10% off if you put in the code Soggy Acres. Train like you are going to play in the field. Train to be as realistic as possible. The Bird Down line of scents from Conquest is a great line of scents. I'm not actually sponsored by them, but I worked with that company for a lot of years. They were really struggling with the pandemic because they're in the state of Michigan, so I believe they're still shut down. I contacted them and said, hey, let me help. So again, I'm not getting anything for it. It is training scents that I use, the Bird Down line of scents at Conquest. Put in code Soggy Acres at checkout and get 10% off. They've got training scents for hounds. They've got training scents for upland and waterfowl. So if you're doing feathers or fur, check them out. Again, please let me know what questions you guys have. We don't have many questions on this Friday. Let me know what you're doing fun this weekend. This weekend, we are going to probably just chill out here on the property. I'm going to let the dogs swim, take them for some good walks. Just with the advent of the weather not being quite as hot. I know next week our weather, as well as weather the rest of the country, around the rest of the country, is going to heat back up. We're going to be back into the 90s. Be smart for your dogs. Train in short intervals and try to do it either early or late in the day. To give you an idea as far as when I'm training my dogs professionally for clients, I am out there working with the dogs at 6 o'clock and I am done by 10 o'clock. Today I didn't have to do that because we've got a wonderful day today, and it was raining this morning, so I didn't want to get wet. But it's just a lot cooler out there today. The heat of the day won't come until you get to about 3 o'clock, which is always the hottest part of the day. But when you're starting at 75 in the morning as opposed to 70 with no humidity this morning, it just gives you more time. Make sure your dogs are hydrated. Realize that even though your dog is in water, when you're dealing with really hot temperatures, that water, if it is at 90 degrees or 95 degrees, like the air temp, they're not getting cooled off from it to the degree if it's at a cooler temperature. Be smart for your dogs. All right, so Dog Talk Lives we do several times a week here on the Facebook page. We try to keep them 15 to 30 minutes. Memphis is, come on Memphis, come on up. She's the co-host of Dog Talk Live. Ace would like to be, but he's not invited. This is Memphis's show. Oh, now I got Ace trying to get on my lap too. She is getting pushed out by Ace. Ace, get down. Ace, come on. Yeah, Ace decided he was going to try to be co-host as well. So Memphis is the co-host. She is my personal dog. She's having a litter of puppies here pretty soon. And it'll be neat to get. We're going to keep one of her pups for our breeding program, but she's kind of like my court jester. She hangs out here at the house. She is always my comic relief. It's funny because everyone thinks that Memphis is the sweetest dog, and she's tiny. She's 50 pounds. It is the interesting thing is that. She's probably the little dictator in the house and runs everybody. If someone has a toy and she wants it, she just goes over and takes it from them. Jesse, what's the best exercise for a female that is halfway through pregnancy? Jesse, you're going to want to have your dog out when it's not super hot because obviously even when they're pregnant they can overheat and have complications. I just let my dogs take them for walks. I don't run them hard. If I do take them out, if it's hunting season, you can hunt them. I always tell people half hour to an hour if it's cooler temperatures. Swimming is a great way to exercise a dog through pregnancy. Again, this time of year, you want to make sure you're watching for blue-green algae, stagnant water, different things that dogs could pick up parasites from, as well as bad things that could really harm them from a health atmosphere or health aspect. As you have dogs that are really struggling or that are pregnant, their bodies will take care of that litter above theirs, so you can have dogs that can get quite sick and really have complications. So just be smart with them. Again, walks, swimming, moderate exercise. You could call it fit pregnancy for your dog. So we are getting to the point here. Let's see where we're at. We're at 12 minutes. So we've got 3 more minutes unless we get a pile of questions. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. We've got the U.S. and Canada checking in so far on our Dog Talk Live, which is always nice. Our next question is, do you prefer hard dummies or soft ones for running piles? Oh, Jackie, that's a tough question because so many bumpers are kind of in between. I've got Avery bumpers, and I have, I think they are Hallmark bumpers, which are really old school, that I use. I would say they're probably a harder plastic. I did switch to a wooden dowel for force fetch. So yeah, we're running, I would say, harder plastic bumpers. I guess I prefer a harder bumper just so the dogs don't flex as they're bringing something in. You'll get dogs that nervously will flex and squeeze, and the softer the bumper, I think that the easier that is to have them do. So I hope that answers your question. Brad Newman, are all labs bred to search out an open dishwasher door? Yes, Brad, they are, especially Sauk Jaeger's labs. They want that food that is in the dishwasher, which you would think is nasty, but they think is delightful. They also like dead squirrels. So that is in the lab's wheelhouse as far as what they are looking for. I'm assuming you've got some issues where your dogs are digging into the dishwasher. We've got latches on all of our cabinets as well as our garbage because we have a cat that I call the trash panda that gets into everything here in our house. And the dogs delightfully hang out with the trash panda so that they can indulge in whatever he is dragging out of our cabinets or the garbage. So yeah, dogs are Dogs are gross. You got to make sure you are keeping them away from that stuff. So one, it doesn't ruin your house, and two, they don't get sick. Again, we're going to give a last call for questions here on Sporting Dog Adventures on Dog Talk Live. This is our 74th one, which is so cool. 74 Dog Talk Lives. We'll have to think of a fun thing to do. Maybe we'll have a party hats for the dogs on Dog Talk Live 100. But 74, so it's an honor and a blessing to be able to share these with you guys and talk to you. Again, if you haven't checked out our podcast, the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast, you can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can find it on Anchor. It is a neat way that we are reaching people. It's not going to be huge. I don't know if it'll ever grow into be something that is large. We're not even looking to overly monetize it. We are just looking to do it as a fun way to keep in contact and keep putting out content about dogs and the sport of hunting, which is my passion. So with that said, we're hitting the end of the Dog Talk Live today. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Please send us some of your pictures of what you guys are doing out in the field this weekend. Hello, Mr. Hall from Rhinelander. You guys take care. God bless. Thanks for stopping in.
Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun.